A good truck can run past 300,000 miles with no major repairs, but the difference between a truck that dies at 150,000 and one that keeps working forever comes down to a handful of habits most owners skip. We're counting down 7 of those habits, ranked from helpful to essential, and the one at the top costs less per mile than almost anything else you'll spend on your truck. Starting at number 7, it's the simplest change you can make today, and it won't cost you a dime. Number 7, it starts with what you do before you ever put your truck in gear. The highest engine wear happens in the first few minutes after a cold start, when thick oil hasn't yet reached every moving part. Giving your truck 30 seconds to a minute at idle lets oil circulate and coat the bearings, pistons, and turbo, reducing metal-on-metal contact that can eat away at engine life. For turbo diesels, this habit matters again at the end of a hard pull or tow. Letting the engine idle for 2 to 3 minutes before shutdown allows the turbo to cool and keeps oil from burning onto the bearings. A simple step that can save you from a $3,000 turbo replacement down the road. It's a free habit, takes almost no time, and pays off from the very first mile. Warm it up before working, cool it down before shutting off, and you'll cut years of wear with no tools and no cost. Number 6, it's the hands-on maintenance that keeps a truck tight and responsive year after year. Many full-size pickups, especially heavy-duty models, still come with grease fittings on U-joints, ball joints, and steering components. Hitting these points with a grease gun every 10,000 miles pushes out grit and moisture, reducing friction and preventing the kind of dry wear that leads to clunks, looseness, or even a snapped U-joint at highway speed. While you're underneath, it pays to check the condition of rubber boots and bushings. These shield critical joints from dirt and salt. Catching a torn boot early can stop a $20 fix from snowballing into a $400 repair. Staying on schedule with belts, spark plugs, and filters keeps the engine and accessories running smoothly, stopping small issues from spreading through the system. This isn't glamorous work, but it's cheap, straightforward, and preserves the steering feel and chassis integrity that make a truck feel solid well past the 200,000 mile mark. Number 5, respecting your truck's towing and hauling limits is the difference between a drivetrain that thrives and one that fails early. Every pickup rolls off the line with a gross vehicle weight rating and a maximum tow number set for a reason. Pushing past those limits doesn't just strain the engine, it's the transmission and brakes that take the real hit. Overloading or towing more than the rating can send transmission fluid temperatures soaring, breaking down lubricants and burning clutch packs. That heat, over time, is what leads to slipping gears or even a total transmission failure. The brakes, too, are forced to work overtime, especially on steep grades or in stop-and-go traffic. Pads and rotors wear faster, and overheated fluid can boil, robbing you of stopping power when you need it most. The frame, designed to flex within a safe range, starts to accumulate fatigue cracks under repeated excess loads, especially if rust is already present. Using tow haul mode, hooking up trailer brakes, and knowing your truck's numbers aren't just best practices, they're what keep the big-ticket parts alive for the long haul. Trucks are built to work, but discipline under load is what separates a 150,000-mile retiree from a 300,000-mile survivor. Number 4, frame rust is the silent threat that can end a truck's career long before the engine or transmission gives out. In regions where winter road salt is routine, corrosion works its way into the frame, brake lines, and fuel lines, eating away at the very structure that holds the truck together. Even a well-maintained engine can't save a pickup if the frame is compromised. Once rust holes appear or cross members start to flake away, repairs quickly become impractical or impossible. Industry surveys show that nearly a third of high-mileage trucks are retired because of underbody rust, not mechanical failure. The main line of defense is regular undercarriage washing during salt season, hosing off the frame, axles, and suspension after every storm. For owners in the salt belt, an annual oil spray or professional frame treatment adds another layer of protection, sealing out moisture and slowing the spread of corrosion. Skipping these steps can turn a solid truck into scrap metal within a few winters, no matter how carefully you've maintained the rest. Frame rust isn't flashy, but it's one of the biggest reasons trucks don't make it to 300,000 miles. Number 3, the cooling system is the unsung hero every time a truck is pushed to its limits. Towing a heavy trailer or hauling a full bed sends engine temperatures soaring, and it's the radiator, water pump, thermostat, and hoses that keep that heat in check. When coolant ages, it loses its ability to protect against corrosion and overheating. Two problems that can quickly spiral into warped cylinder heads or a blown head gasket. That's why industry guides recommend flushing the coolant every 30,000 to 50,000 miles for diesel trucks and sticking to the severe service interval for gas engines if the truck has worked hard. But fluid alone isn't enough. The water pump, thermostat, and hoses all have finite lifespans, especially under constant load. Mechanics who see trucks hit 300,000 miles without major repairs nearly always replace these parts before failure, typically every 100,000 to 150,000 miles, or sooner if any leaks or noise develop. Neglecting the cooling system under heavy use is a shortcut to catastrophic engine damage. Staying disciplined with coolant changes and proactive part replacements is what turns a high-mileage goal into an everyday reality. Number 2, drivetrain fluids are the silent guardians of your truck's most expensive parts, yet they're some of the easiest to overlook. Transmission, differential, and transfer case fluids all work out of sight, but under heavy towing or hauling, the heat and pressure they endure break them down much faster than most owners realize. Once that fluid loses its protective qualities, metal gears and bearings start grinding themselves away, damage that can cost thousands to repair. Severe service schedules call for changing differential and transfer case fluids every 30,000 miles when towing, and transmission fluid on a similar timeline. That's a far cry from the old idea that these are lifetime fluids. Mechanics who see trucks hit 300,000 miles without major repairs nearly always find a logbook full of regular drivetrain fluid changes. Fresh gear oil keeps the ring and pinion running cool, while clean transmission fluid preserves clutch packs and hydraulic control. Letting these fluids go too long is one of the fastest ways to turn a healthy truck into a shop project, so staying disciplined with this hidden maintenance is what keeps the big-ticket parts alive for the long haul. And finally, in first place, nothing stretches an engine's life further for less money than sticking to the severe service oil change schedule. This isn't just a matter of following the manual, it's about understanding how hard trucks work compared to cars. Towing, hauling, plowing, running short trips, idling in the cold, or working in dust. All these conditions qualify as severe service, and they break down oil much faster than light-duty driving. For trucks that see this kind of use, the normal 7,500-mile interval is too long. Most manufacturers, and every high-mileage mechanic, recommend cutting that to 5,000 miles for modern gas engines, and as little as 3,000 to 5,000 miles for older diesels worked hard. Clean oil isn't just about keeping things slippery, it's the barrier that stands between metal-on-metal wear, soot buildup, and heat breakdown. Startup is where nearly half of all engine wear happens, especially if oil is old or contaminated. Fresh oil clings to bearings and pistons, protecting them from the grind of cold starts and the heat of heavy loads. Letting oil go too long is a gamble that rarely pays off. Once sludge forms or the oil film breaks down, repairs can reach 5 figures. By contrast, a $60 oil change is the cheapest insurance you can buy. Trucks that regularly hit 300,000 miles without a major engine repair almost always have a thick stack of oil change receipts, each one buying a few thousand more miles of reliable service. In the end, oil discipline isn't just a habit, It's the single biggest reason some trucks outlast the rest. Across all 7 habits, one pattern stands out. Trucks that reach 300,000 miles aren't lucky. They're owned by people who treat maintenance like clockwork. Durable trucks aren't built in the factory. They're built in the driveway. What's the most miles you've put on a truck? Let us know and subscribe for more.